I'm Randy Reid, editor of the Edison Report, reporting for LFI News. And I'm here with Jeff Portman, President and Chief Operating Officer of AMC, one of the partners of LightFair. Jeff, welcome to your show.
Thank you, Randy.
What are you hearing so far? How's the show going?
So far, the show's going really well. We're very pleased with the turnout, the quality of the attendees, and also, more importantly, the absolute beauty of the booths that all of our exhibitors have put together to provide our attendee with the ultimate in lighting extravaganza and experience here at LightFair 2013.
Each year they do seem to get better. Even the smaller booths seem to be very good.
I think it's a big investment that they make, and they're very serious about it because they know that the quality of the attendee at LightFair is the best that they're going to get access to, and it's the right attendee.
Can you share any numbers with me?
I can tell you that so far we're looking like we may set another record.
Okay.
As you know, we've grown every year for the last 7 years, and we continue to hope that that becomes a reality.
Well, I remember when you broke 20,000, and what a huge number that was. And this year, I'm sure it'll be significantly more. Everything we hear, everything the exhibitors tell us, it all looks good. Now, Jeff, let's go back a little bit to some of the early days. When LightFair was just created, you know, I interviewed Bill Hanley, Executive VP of IES, a few weeks ago, and Bill talked about those early days. What are your thoughts on how it started?
I think it was really, you know, a marriage that was made between the IES and the ILD with us, AMC, that has certainly had its ups and downs in the 90s, but I think when we all sort of agreed that we needed to work together and create a vision for the future success of our industry, right, that we came together in an unprecedented way, and as a result of that, here we sit at LightFair 2013 in Philadelphia, occupying the entire facility.
Jeff, do you remember the kind of 2002, 2003 era when some of the manufacturers talked about perhaps having LightFair every other year? And the reason was they couldn't bring out products fast enough. No, excuse me, just the opposite. It took them a 2-year cycle to launch products. Now look at it. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, as you know, you and I and Jim Binya went up and visited NEMA. Right. And made that presentation to them. And quite frankly, it was really all about sort of helping them understand the value of each location on an annual basis. If I had been them, I might have thought as well that, you know, maybe LightFair is a once every 2-year opportunity. But the fact of the matter is because there's two distinct audiences. There's a West Coast audience and an East Coast audience that want to be served, want right, to be educated, right, want the benefit of having a lighting event of this magnitude in their backyard. By the time we displayed the facts and figures of the merits of each show in each location, I think it was a very simple decision for them to make. And I'm so glad that they made it, and we're very grateful to them for that, because I think it showed a tremendous amount of courage and commitment on their part, and quite frankly, a heck of a lot of wisdom.
Right, and I think it's paying off for everyone. Now, you mentioned West Coast. Tell me about San Diego.
We realized that San Diego was the best choice based upon the answers that our statistically valid research delivered.
And that's 2016 in San Diego?
Yes.
Okay, 2015 is back in Philly or New York?
Well, we're going to decide that in the next 30 days.
Okay. Interesting, because so far we hear good things at Philadelphia. Now, Jeff, you know, LightFair has continued to evolve, and I noticed even the LightFair app is significantly more friendly than it was last year. Tell me about some of the things you have done for innovation over the years to continue to keep LightFair fresh.
It's a great question, Randy. You know, this industry and the way that it is now, we talked earlier about innovation.
Sure.
And this industry is innovating as fast as any industry out there today. And with innovation comes responsibility. As a show organizer, we have to make sure that we constantly look to the future and talk to our exhibitor customer to try to get a grasp on what is happening in the industry and what is going to happen and what are their hopes and dreams. And through a lot of those conversations, what we try to do is create a platform whereby they can succeed, and that we create the right platform for which they can, on top of that, push and promote and ultimately be very successful in what they do and how they present their product. Because it's all in the presentation and understanding the product and making sure that we have the right platform for them.
Okay. And you know, the pavilions, each year I see more and more pavilions, and they seem to be very exciting and draw people. And can you comment on the use of these pavilions?
Yeah, the pavilions, we refer to them as pavilions, and really what they are product launches and category. It tends to allow us to help them, our attendee, focus. When you have a show of this size, right, you have to make it easy for the attendee to work.
Right.
You can't just throw out exhibitors and spread them out just for the sake of filling a floor. Sure. We're not a very good dentist, so we don't like just plugging holes. What we like to do is have an organized approach, so that if you're an attendee and you come to one of our shows, you can look at all the pavilions and immediately be able to focus in on an area that you may have a specific interest in. You may have come here just for the roadway pavilion. Right. And we've got some of the better exhibitors, and certainly many of the exhibitors are not in the roadway pavilion, but at least that's a good place to start.
Understood.
And so it helps them organize and plan better, because we know that time is, these days, is the most valuable currency there is. So if we can make it easier and more efficient for them to shop the floor, we're going to do that. And also it helps us to help that new category be distinguished in such a way that they get the appropriate attention they should get as a new pavilion and a new segment that we're trying to feature.
The education element every year continues to grow. Is that right?
Absolutely.
More people, I think, are getting their education here at Light Fair than they are probably in many other sources combined?
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes.
How many? How many do you know?
Well, last year, you know, we filled 9,000 seats.
Okay.
And this year, we don't have the numbers yet, but it will be significantly higher than it was last year. And I think that is not only a testament to the education component, but more so it's a testament to the quality of the people that take their time to come and teach these courses.
Volunteers.
And they're volunteers, and without them, that program doesn't have the meat that it could have. And so we're grateful to them as volunteers, and these folks are the best in the industry at what they are teaching here. So we're very fortunate.
Okay. Every year the EdisonReport covers Light Fair, and we start out at the beginning of the show with a quote: how can you be a leader in the lighting industry and not attend Light Fair?
If you go up on the show floor, Randy, you'll find that everyone in the lighting industry that is serious about lighting and all the various components, whether it's light engines or whether it's other components that we've featured in our pavilions, this is the place to be if you're in the lighting business. And if you're not here, you're missing out on government business, you're missing out on the educational business that's out there, you're missing out on private industry business, and all of the other businesses that come here and review their plans for their renovations or their buildings that are going to be happening in the very near future. And as our economy begins to start turning, I think it's important that not only we will see an increase in attendees, but we'll also see more and more of our lighting family come and not only expand as they have done here, but also we'll see new members of our lighting family come, and we would certainly welcome them. I got to tell you, Randy, this group of people that are in the lighting industry and all of the related industries around this, it's so much fun to be around them because they are committed, they're engaged, and they're passionate, and they want to know what's next.
Sure.
And that's what we hope we're providing.
That's true. All right, Jeff, thank you very much.
Thank you, Randy.
I appreciate
it's a
the
pleasure.
Time.